Well, we are here after Christmas. We're at the 27th of December, 2024. I'm Connor with Honor. Today's going to be the Canyon Country Real Estate Update. We're going to incorporate a couple different things in here, not just real estate. We're going to talk a little bit about artificial intelligence, and I'll also talk a little bit about part of my journey for those of you that might be wanting to shed a few pounds before we get too deep into 2025. Give you some of those tips. Now, for Santa Clarita Valley, current active listings 440 total. That's going to consist of 305 single-family residences, 99 condominiums, and 36 townhomes. So the median price points are as follows: single-family residences all across Santa Clarita, 949 grand. Condominiums about 480. Median prices for townhomes about $670,000. One of the things I will point out, when you're looking at residential real estate, you want to factor in a couple other items besides just that mortgage. You're going to want to find out if there's any extra taxes in the form of mellow ruse, and you want to check that out. So that should be something that's provided to you up front. If you're working with a good agent, you should know going in, and also know going in what the homeowners association fee happens to be, and if it has one. And then also, what can that increase? How much can that increase per year? What's required to have it increase? Because some of these things pop up $200 and $300 more per month to pay off certain things that the homeowners association wants to do to beautify the area, or change things like have all the garage doors changed out. That's horrible when you move into an area thinking that this is going to be your payment for a while. Then all of a sudden you get hit with this thing. You should have known going in, maybe, because maybe your decision to buy it would have been different. So you want to explore all those things. An agent should be pointing those things out. Average days on market, overall 74 days. We have single family homes at 71 days on market prior to selling. Condominiums 81, townhomes 74. And breaking down the price range, below 500 grand, very limited availability, mostly condos and smaller homes that need some work. 500 to 800 grand, highly competitive, definitely for townhomes and entry-level single family. And for the primary single family residences, those prices are going to be above $800,000. So moving into Canyon Country specifically, 80 listings on the market for sale. We have median price range for single family homes in Canyon Country, 740 grand. Median price for condos, 490. And the market trends are going to be 50 or 60 days are going to be typical movement within a residence. So it gets on the market 50 or 60 days later in Canyon Country, it's going to be closing escrow if it doesn't pop back onto the market. One of the things you'll want to look at out there when people are talking about home prices, you're going to want to find out where they're getting their values from. This is that little segment that I was talking about artificial intelligence. There's a lot of fakes out there, and there's a lot of real estate companies. Maybe real estate companies isn't the good word. A lot of real estate syndication companies. So they're not actually backed by a real broker that's a member of the National Association in California, Association of Realtors in the most part, but they do have a lot of AI generated content by artificial intelligence. There's nothing wrong with it, but it's going to depend on the data set it's using in order to populate the online with values and numbers. And if it's using skewed data already, where these syndication sites, they really want you to give up your personal information so they can make their money. And they make their money because agents, not like me, because I don't pay those systems, but a lot of agents do. They'll pay $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 a month in some cases to be able to get leads to generate business for themselves. And that's to do it. I do it more organically, where I'm writing about the market, writing about real estate content, and putting the information out there online so everybody can make better decisions when it comes to buying and selling real estate in Santa Clarita Valley. Having said that, artificial intelligence is a thing, and it's really working through the real estate, the venue, so it's giving a lot of bad information, again, because the data it's tied to isn't strictly from the multiple listing service or even the tax assessor records. It's being built around a way to influence or change a person's decision. Maybe you get online and you can't stand donuts. I was a cop, so we're going to use the donut analogy. Couldn't stand donuts. But over time, slowly, methodically, you're seeing more and more information posted about donuts. So after a while, you love donuts. You can't live without donuts. It's the same thing in the real estate world. Maybe you don't want to sell anything. Maybe the residential real estate you own, you're happy with, and you just want to kind of live there and exist. But over time, they start to change your mind by these small increment updates. You have to be careful, and you have to see exactly what's influencing you online. So when you're seeing what they're offering, you want to verify that particular source and make sure that they're getting it directly from the source data of the listings that actually closed escrow within a certain amount of time. If they're looking at listings and giving values from 2 and 3 years ago, that's not going to help you, but they will use that information to try to influence you to do something. So that's the AI rant. On the fitness end of it, some of us are all pre-programmed to continue in a certain way. A lot of the food out there, I feel like I'm just a conspiracy theorist today. A lot of the food out there has been engineered to be very palatable, taste great, right? So you basically over time start to eat this food, and realistically, because it's so processed, it's nowhere near the natural state it was in before you started eating it. So it's been changed, it's been modified, and now you're eating it. And of course, it's incredibly addictive, and you can't do without it. That's a problem. So if you are a few pounds overweight or obese or whatever you want to call it, and you want to change that, I torched off 135 pounds. You want to pull back and see what it is you're putting in your machine, because your machine's very valuable. If I were to say, hey, and I did a post on this morning, hey, listen, what would you take for your arm? Which one? Well, I say, well, left arm. If you're right-handed, I'll take your left arm. What would you charge me for that? Would 100 grand do it? $200,000? What could I buy to cut off your arm so I could have it as my own? What would that cost? Well, of course, it's practically priceless, I would imagine, would be your response. What about the rest of your body? You're not going to go out and buy a $400,000 Ferrari and put crappy gas in it that you're not sure where the source of it was, or maybe there's water in it. Now you're really talking about a massive price investment that you're going to ruin just because you chose to put in substandard fuel. In your body, the same thing exists. Don't put in substandard food. There should be 5 things you're eating: meat, eggs, fish, vegetables, and some seasonal fruits. Don't overdo it with the fruit, but the rest of the stuff you should be good to go. Just watch out for the stuff you put on it to make it taste different. Again, so many of the condiments are filled with all sorts of things we shouldn't be touching or eating, and they're completely addictive as well. It should be safe. Build that muscle. Get out there, make changes for yourself. This has been your Santa Clarita Update. We covered a lot today. When you're ready, reach out to me. You can find my website, santaclaritaopenhouses.com. Feel free to connect with me through there and reach out whenever you're ready. I'm Connor with Honor. Over and out.